If you set out to change people's mindsets with your message, word of advice, don't be annoying as f***. Sadly, there are some people who can't take that word of advice on board, such as the person who I'm talking about today.
Many of you woke up this morning and found out that my account was banned on TikTok.
What's up everyone, I'm Mr. G and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm talking about Katie Karen Dickmeyer, aka That Vegan Teacher. Now Karen became famous on YouTube and TikTok after she made a protest video against McDonald's back in 2020.
3, 2, 1, sing! Eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's. Share this song and teach your entire menu to be vegan from now on.
Since I brought her up in a video last year as part of November's Cock of the Month, That Vegan Teacher got herself banned on TikTok. The reason she got banned apparently was because she broke community guidelines, but no one knows what the exact reason was for the ban. Now there are a lot of rumours circulating, such as she talked to a minor in a sexual provocative way. Of course, Miss Katie didn't accept that maybe she was to blame for her own misfortune, and of course put the blame on that she was being censored, and she decided to make a YouTube video moaning about it.
Many of you woke up this morning and found out that my account was banned on TikTok. And I know many of you are jumping for joy and thinking that this is a great victory.
Oh yes, people were extremely happy about it.
Somehow, it makes you smile to know that an animal rights activist is being silenced on one of the platforms. Why is that? Why does that bring you joy?
Because you were annoying as f***. You tried to bully people into being vegan.
I know why. Because you're feeling guilty. You know you shouldn't be eating animals. You know you shouldn't be paying to exploit them. And you cannot look in the mirror and see that in you. You're suffering from cognitive dissonance. You think you're a good person, but on the other hand, you pay people to rape, torture, and murder these innocent animals who never did one single thing wrong to you.
Saying things like people were paying other people to rape animals is not a good thing to say. If you want to change people's mindsets, there are better ways of doing it. People don't want sermons on a platform or an app. As soon as you start talking to people like the way you were doing, you are going to put people's backs up.
So why is it that you don't know what's going on? The biggest reason is that our school system is completely failing us. That's one of the reasons that I'm glad to be out of it. In our school systems, we don't encourage people to be free thinkers. We don't encourage them to do research on things that are important. One of the things I really didn't like about being a teacher is that I couldn't just trust the kids to go on the internet and look up things. I wanted to be able to let them go to see Dominion movement and the way that these animals are treated. But I couldn't do that because I would get in trouble if they accidentally went onto a disturbing site, i.e. the truth.
It's not your place to push veganism down your students' throats. That's not what you're being paid to do. You're employed to push the criteria of your educational system, and that's why you got fired. But again, it's not her fault, it's the system. When would this woman realise that her actions have consequences?
What's wrong with our society that we're so scared to tell kids the truth about what's going on? Well, the parents are also scared. In our society right now, parents are mere children. They've never actually grown up. They're just an older version of their kids. I learned this now because after being on TikTok and watching the amount of duets that are going on there and realizing it's horrifying how uneducated the vast majority of the population is. So of course it's normal that they would want to take somebody down who confronts all these different groups of people.
No, the reason why people wanted to have you taken down was because you were racist, homophobic and bullying in most of your videos. I believe you said in one of your videos, it's harder to come out as vegan than LGBTQ.
You're absolutely wrong. Coming out as a vegan animal rights activist, as somebody who cares beyond themselves, is much more special than it is to come out as a member of the LGBTQ community. See, I've never limited myself with who I talk to about how the animals are treated. I will talk to a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a teenager. I will talk to a new mom, a dad. I will talk to anybody. Teachers, principals, doctors, therapists. I will talk to grandparents, and I have. I will talk to my neighbors who are walking their dogs, and colleagues, because everybody needs to know what's going on.
Except that's not true, because you only listen to people who believe in the same things as you do, because not surprisingly, your comments are either limited to those people who follow you, or, like this video, the comments are turned off and you have a cheek to complain about censorship on the platform.
So where do we go from here? Well, first of all, animal rights activists don't stop being animal rights activists. I'm never going to quit. You can close down one account, you can close down another one, I will keep popping up. Or if you keep closing them down and eventually you've used up all of the means, I will still be in front of my house with a sign or in a shopping center protesting.
And she's not wrong, she did create alternative accounts, but TikTok has also banned them, because it looks like TikTok has served her with a complete ban, i.e. no alternative accounts. At most of her accounts just seem to last a couple of days at most.
And then after that, the next stage is that because I start to make everyone feel guilty, then they get angry. Then they put up a shield, and then they come after me with a knife.
No, the reason why people wanted to have you removed from the app had nothing to do with the fact that you were vegan. It had all to do with the fact that your videos were toxic. I have seen a number of vegan TikTokers on the platform, and not one of them acts like you do in their videos. And surprise, surprise, they're still up. I wonder why. Is it because they act like normal creators? And this isn't the only video on YouTube where she preaches her points of view. Another example of this is a video called What Would You Do?
Hello students, what would you do? What would you do? This is a problem, it's really interesting. This guy has a lever, look, and he's gonna pull it and you guys get to decide what you would do. But before we watch this really interesting video, which is only 2.5 minutes long, let's talk a little bit about speciesism and what that is. So speciesism, or speciesism as some people say, is kind of like the first form of racism. It's when you think that one type of animal is more important than another.
There is no such thing as speciesism. Every single animal sees another life form as a source of food. So is a lion guilty of speciesism? Or a spider? No, because there's a natural order of things. Same with humans. We eat meat and plants because it's the source of our protein. Now some people choose not to eat meat, but that does not mean that people who do eat meat are speciesist.
For example, you're eating a burger which has a dead pig in it or a dead cow in it while you're petting your dog. It's weird, isn't it? Like, why is this animal more important than this animal? The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has stated clearly that anyone can be vegan. Newborns are born vegan. When they drink their mother's milk, that's still vegan because that belongs to them.
No, we are not born vegan.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
We are born as omnivores. Even she wasn't born vegan, as she became a vegan about 10 years ago. Vegans are not part of our nature. It's a choice whether you cut out certain things from your diet.
But all stages of development, so newborn babies, little kids can be vegan, children, a little bit older, teenagers can be vegan and still be very healthy. Pregnant mothers can be vegan. Yes. Lactating mothers can be vegan. Yes. Parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, teachers can be vegan. Doctors can be vegan. Nurses can be vegan. Everyone can be vegan. Everyone on your street can be vegan. Yeah. All that means is that they do their absolute best not to exploit animals, not to eat them, not to buy them, not to wear them, and that's it.
Exactly. Can be. Can be because it's a choice to be. Also, she says about not using animal products. I'm curious, does she drive a car? Because if she does, she drives around in a car with plastic components. And plastic comes from oil, and oil comes from animals that lived on this earth millions of years ago. Doesn't that make her a hypocrite?
So while we watch this really interesting thing, what I've done is I've written on my paper the title here, which is Las Vegan Productions. Memorize it. Not Las Vegas Productions, but Las Vegan Productions. And the title of the video is called The Trolley Problem with a Twist. So don't just Google the trolley problem, because it won't be the one about veganism. So far it has 70,000, a little bit more than 70,000 views. And I already saw it and I thought it was really fun. So I thought I would present it to you guys. You guys ready to watch it? All right, here we go. Oops. Okay.
Trolley problem is a classic thought experiment about complicated human ethics. The standard trolley problem supposes that there are 5 people tied to a train track and can't escape. A trolley is rapidly approaching that would kill them all. You are standing next to a lever that could divert the trolley down a second track and save all 5 people. But there's a catch. On the other track, there's 1 person tied up. So by saving 5 people, you'd be killing 1 person instead. What would you do?
Divert
Most
it.
people's first reaction is that they would pull the lever and save as many people as possible. The problem becomes more complicated when it's revealed that the person on the second track is not just a random person, but a close family member. People are suddenly less willing to save 5 strangers in order to kill 1 family member.
That's interesting too. This part is actually really interesting.
Not really a dilemma, because it all depends on what family member it is, because I hate some of my family. So if it's one of the individual family members I hate, they're getting squashed. No questions asked.
Because is your family member really more important than the other 5 people? You might say, well, that's my mom or my dad. But you know, these people here, they also have moms and dads. Or they are moms and dads. Or their brothers, their sisters. It's interesting. But it gets interesting because we're going to talk about animals in a second.
It's quite the ethical dilemma. Well, I've got a new twist on the trolley problem. Imagine on the original track, instead of 5 people, there's a bunch of animals. Chickens, a turkey, a pig, a cow, etc. And the train is fast approaching to kill all of them. Would you pull the lever to save them? I know what you're thinking. Who's on the second track? Well, here's the catch. No one. Nothing. There's no person and no animal anywhere on the second track. All I'm asking is, would you pull the lever to save these helpless animals? There'll be no victims or consequences for pulling the lever. What would you do? You'd pull the lever, wouldn't you?
Save the animals.
Now, what if I told you that this wasn't just some hypothetical lever?
It really
that this is a real choice.
It's a real choice. Oh my goodness, guys. It's a real choice every single day, 3 meals a day.
That you can make every day and save real helpless animals.
But it would make no difference if I become a vegan, because those animals would be dead anyway. Also, for example, if every single human being on this planet become vegan, those animals would be killed off, because no one is going to pay for the upkeep of animals that they have no use for. Also, if we stop eating meat, you would still have to have meat from animals to feed your pets, like cats, because they are carnivores. And you can't feed your cat non-meat products, because they don't have the stomach for it. Anyway, that's an example of why she's the worst vegan on the platform. I would say platforms, but as you know, some of the platforms have banned her. I don't have a problem with vegans, just the evangelical ones like her. Look, if you want to be vegan, that's your choice, but don't ram it down people's throats, because all you're going to do is piss people off. It always reminds me of that joke, how do you know that you got a vegan sitting at your dinner table? They keep banging on about it every 5 minutes. So what do you think to it all? Do you think she is right, or do you think she goes too far by forcing veganism down people's throats far too often? I would love to hear from you in the comment section. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and if you're new to my channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.